Alright, so first and foremost, gonna give all praises and glories due. Kwahala, Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Kwakwadash. Double honors and much love and respect to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, the bishops, and honors and salutation to you all you Akim all over the world that's doing this work in sincerity and in truth. And shalom to the few sisters listening in silence through the spirit and power of our Lord Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua. So I want to talk about this. Everybody is talking about Terrence J and his fiance of 25 years old. You know, he had a former host of 106 Park. BET. You know, here it is. He found himself a young thing, so to say. Here it is. He's 41 and she's 25. Which is nothing wrong with that. She's a grown woman. You know, and it's just natural. But here it is. You got some people that have a problem with this. In particular, black women. They'll say things. Oh, why don't he get somebody his own age or older? Why does he have to, chase a young woman, chase these young girls? But however, you women are all washed up. You women that are his age is washed up. And ultimately, men and women are not equal. Okay. There's no equality between a man and a woman. Okay. And ultimately, older men prefer younger women. All right. That's just the way it is, and it's happening to the right now as I speak. Okay. You have older men that would deal with younger women, that would pay, these younger women to do, their service, these young women out here, these fast women, these young fast women out here, especially in these days, especially, now that you have the internet, now it's a bride. It makes it more bride, for these young fast women, what I'm saying, to deal with these men. All right. The internet made it possible for these young fast women, what I'm saying, to deal with these older men, and this is what these older men are seeking for. Okay. They're not really seeking for women that are of their age, okay, that are over 41 or, even past 30, you know. They're looking for these young things. They're looking for these young, fast women. Okay. So it's always been a thing, but you see, society wants to society wants to put this in a bad light. I can remember going back several months ago. A few months ago or so. You had this young woman that came up to the camp or whatever, and she had been, I think she was like either 21 or 20. And the brother made mention that she should have a husband, and then I think the brother said that said his age, and she made a statement say, oh, a 28-year-old with a 21-year-old or 20 years old, that's disgusting. you know but here it is. This is right around the time where you had Pride Month. you know Here it is. She has a problem with the 28-year-old man dealing with a 20-year-old woman, but yet she doesn't have a problem with these moles out here. She doesn't say anything bad about these moles out here that's roaming the streets. She doesn't have a problem with same-sex marriage or same gender relationships. You know, so this world is completely ass backwards. It's just this society that we live in is just completely ass backwards. And even on the comment board, you know, even when people were making comments about this, this video right here, or this, you know, there was this one comment that I read was, oh, you know, a 30-year-old brother was like, yeah, you know, I only deal with women that are 18 and 20 years old, you know. Then you had dude Simps coming up there saying that, yo, that, you know, how is it that you could deal with an 18-year-old bro, 18-year-old girl, bro, and you're 20 and you're 30, you know? That's pedophilia right there. You know, that's what they were saying. But you see these people, they have no understanding. This is the witchcraft of the so-called white man. But here it is, these people don't got no problem with these Catholic priests and these rabbis or whatever dealing with little boys. You know? Here it is, you know, dealing with a young woman is frowned upon in this society, but nobody wants to talk about the real issues that are going on in the society, you know, about the reality about these Catholic priests and these rabbis, you know. And this right here is completely normal. Ain't nothing wrong with this. This is completely not natural. You know, even back in the ancient world, you know. And actually, let me get a precept real quick. Even King David, you know. So let's get this real quick. So this is 1 Kings chapter 1, verse 1. All right. So this is 1 Kings chapter 1, verse 1. It says, now King David was old and stricken in years, and they covered him with a cloth, but he gat no heat, you know. Wherefore his servants said unto him, Let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, that my lord the king may get heat. You see? So here it is, they're seeking out the King David's servant told his servants to find a young woman. All right, not an old woman, not a woman that is, you know, his age. Okay. Nothing like that. All right. A young woman. Okay. So this was completely this was completely natural. This is the, you know, there was nothing wrong with this back in the day. All right. This was completely normal in our time, you know. You know, back in our days, we didn't have baby mamas, okay? We didn't have men, you know, dealing with women that already had children by other men already. Okay? We didn't have that shit back then. All right? You know, we didn't have a man dealing with a woman that already had multiple kids by different men. Like today, like in this society. Okay? So so the servant sent forth, you know, to find a young woman. Okay. And lay in thy bosom. What does that mean? You know, lay next to him. Have sex. That's what that means. Okay. Okay, that's what that means. This woman was to lay, you know, with King David, you know what I'm saying? To see if King David was to get aroused and to deal with this woman. Okay? This young woman, so to say. So reading on. So they sought forth a fair damsel throughout all the coast of Israel and found Abishad, a Sonamite, and brought her to the king.
you know. And the damsel was very fair and cherished, and the king ministered to him, but the king knew her not, which means that King David didn't deal with her sexually, you know, which means King David didn't get aroused or deal with her, you know. That means King David was going out. But the point is that, that this is a normal thing. It's a normal thing for an older man to deal with a younger woman. Okay? That's the whole point. Back in our times, that was completely normal. But here in these times, it's frowned upon, You're looked at, you're looked at as a pedophile, you know, or a predator, so to say. But back in the day, it was completely normal. And this is why this system, the society got to go down, for hypocrisy. But yet nobody won't criticize these rabbis, these rabbi Jews for dealing with little boys. These Catholic priests for laying down and having sex with little boys. But yet they'll criticize a man for dealing with a younger woman, an older man dealing with a younger woman. And real quick, let's look up the word damsel here. So let's play it.
Strong's H 5291.
Nadra, which means girl, damsel, female servant. A girl, damsel, little girl. So, the girl, the damsel that was brought on to King David was a little girl, young woman. She couldn't have been no more than between 12 to 14 or 15 years old. Okay. Of young woman marriageable, young woman concubine, prostitute, maid, female attendant, female servant. Okay. So that's what the word damsel means. All right, this was no old woman. All right, this was not a woman that was, of the age of King David. All right, this was a young woman, a young fair damsel. This is what this woman was. This woman was not an old woman. All right. But in this society, they want to tell you, oh, you got to deal with a woman, of your age, or older, when already, that woman already has been with multiple men and had, children, by multiple men already, But this society's ass backwards, and this is why this place got to go down. All right, this is why this place got to go completely. Because all the foundations of the earth are out of course under this damn so-called white man. All right, this white man done messed everything up. All right, let's get the book of So this is the book of Psalms 82, verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. You see? So all the foundations of the earth are out of course. you know, under this damn devil, the so-called white man. All right, he done screwed everything up. Here it is. He wants you to believe that, you know, being a mole is normal. All right. Being a mole in this society is completely normal. But you as an old man, you know, want to deal with, you know, a younger woman, you know, in particular, you know, like a 20-year-old or 15-year-old, that's frowned upon. You know, you're looked at as a pedophile. Statutory rape. That's what they want to call it. You know. But, you know, in our times, you know, back when King David was ruling, you know, that was completely normal. You know, we didn't have this bullshit back then. Okay? We didn't have men having to deal with a woman and taking on, you know, 3 or 4 kids that she already had by a different man already. All right? That's completely normal in this society. You know? Nobody has a problem with that. But in our time, we didn't have shit like that. We didn't have shit like that back in our time, okay? We didn't have men dealing with women that already had kids by another man already. All right? That was out of that just didn't exist back then. You know, during our time. During the time of King David and King Solomon, okay? All right, we didn't have that kind of shit back then. And that kind of shit back then wasn't tolerated neither. Okay. All right, that kind of behavior wasn't tolerated back during the time when King David and King Solomon was on the throne. Okay, like you have in this society today. You know, adultery just gone rampant. Just rampant adultery in this society. You know, a woman could just deal with any man that she wants. You know, could lay with any man that she wants. Have kids by these men. Multiple baby daddies. You know, multiple baby fathers, and still dealing with men. You know, but this is the society that we live in. This is completely, you know what I'm saying, normal. But there it is, you know, a brother want to deal with something young and tender, you know what I'm saying, that's frowned upon, you know. But this is why this society got to go. This is why this society got to be brought down, you know. And ultimately, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is about to bring this society down. Quick, fast, in a hurry, you know. So with that, you know, I just wanted to bring that out. You know, gonna give all praises and glories due to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, Bashim Kwakadash. Shalom.